Okay, so a lot of people keep asking me, Alex, I've got no money at all. How can I make money? I'm going to be going with the ways that you can make money online and offline. I'll do both because I think both are essential. When I was younger, what I used to do, because I had no money obviously, on the way to school, so I was like, I don't know, 12 or 13, on the way to school I used to go to the shop on the way to school and I used to buy loads of things that were 2 for 1. So I'd buy, say, shortbread, or it was just buy one get one free. So I'd buy like biscuits, I'd buy candy, I'd buy anything snack related on the way to school. I would buy the 2 for 1s, and then what I'd do when I got to school, I would sell them for the original price. So let's say that I got a biscuit, I got two, one biscuit is $1, but I got 2 because I got 2 for 1. So I would then sell them both, so I would double my money essentially. So I've only spent 1, but I got 2 for both of them, okay? And it was good for the person buying it because for them, you know, they're buying it at the original price, and it was good for me because I was making money as well. Going back, I would have actually charged a fee for it. So again, it's really, really simple. It's nothing complicated, but we're gonna start with the basics and we'll work our way through. So let's say I bought something for $1, but I got one for free. So now I've got 2 of them. So I now have 2 items for the price of 1. I sell them both at the original amount. So if I sell them both for the original amount, then I've made $1. So I've doubled my money, okay? And that's just from buy one, get one, okay? That was buy one, get one. That's buy one, get one. I used to do that every day on the way to school. I used to just buy stuff on the way and then sell them at school. If you can't do buy one, get one free, because they're not everywhere, you can just buy things and just sell them to people in demand. Now, if you want to go one further with this example, this is again sticking with the offline stuff. I'm going to go to the online stuff later, I promise you. But this is the fairly basic stuff. This is the easy stuff. I used to also clean windows. I used to clean windows. I used to clean cars. I used to cut people's grass. I used to do anything and everything that could make money. So let's say I go to a house. Let's say that I want to make money cleaning windows, right? So I would say to them, this is an example. Let's say I want $1 for every window I clean. And if it was a house, let's say they've got 4 windows on the front, they've got 4 windows on the back, and they've got 2 on the sides, right? So it's 10 windows in total. So I know that I'm gonna get $10 for cleaning all the windows on the house. So I would literally just turn up to the house with a bucket and sponge and soap. I'd put it in the water. I had a thing called a chamois leather, which is it's what you use to dry windows basically. I'd go around the whole house, I'd clean all of the windows inside and out, and I'd do it as fast as I could to the best of my ability. So I want to make sure that it's really, really clean, but I want to do it really, really fast. And the reason for that is because I knew that I then had to go and knock on the next door because I need to get more than one, right? So I'd clean one as quickly as I could, and then I'd like run to the next door, to the next door, to the next door. So I'd be like, hey, like, can I clean your windows? Can I clean it? And I used to just do that. I went around the whole neighborhood, cleaning everyone's windows. And the good thing is, once I cleaned them once, I would say to them, hey, like, do you want me to come back next week? Or do you want me to come back in 2 weeks? And the good thing was that, let's say someone's really happy and they're like, yeah, you can come back every week, right? So I know that I'm gonna get that $10 every week, that one's fine. But now I wanna secure another one, and I wanna secure another one, right? So I'm building my network of people that I could do. And I used to do that all the time. I used to also do cars as well. So I would charge less for a small car and more for a big car. I don't remember the prices I would charge, but again, it wasn't very expensive. And I would use the water from the house owner. So I would go to the house and I'd had a bucket, I had soap, I had the sponge and the chamois leather, and I would knock on their door and I'm like, hey, would you like me to clean your car? So I'm basically going to dirty cars and I'm like, hey, would you like me to clean your car? I'd offer to clean their car for them. I think I was doing something like $10 for a small car, $15 for a big one, if I'm not wrong. And again, it was the same circuit. So now I was able to clean the windows and clean their cars. And that's what I was doing. And again, I was only a teenager, but if you don't have a lot of money, this is a great way to start because it gets you used to selling, it gets you used to doing something, and there's no shame in exchanging, you know, manual labor for money. There's no shame in that. And that's something that I did for a really, really long time. And it was going well. Now, there are ways of expanding it. The issue I had was I was still very young, so I didn't understand how to expand it. But what I started doing was I started getting my friends involved. So I bring my friends in and we would do it as a group, and we even made leaflets. We went to the We typed up leaflets on the computer, we printed them out ourselves, and we went around handing them out, and people would call us and send us SMSs for us to go around and clean their cars, their windows. We used to cut grass, we used to do everything and everything we could. And you can as well, you know, not much has changed since back then. If you're able to clean a window, go do it. Again, there's no shame in it, and it's a way of building money, it's a way of getting good at sales, because you will need sales in order to do everything else. Let's go one further. Let's start looking online. Okay, so let's say you go to a shop and you can find products cheaper in a store than you can online, which it happens fairly regularly. Or you find a product that you can't find online, like something unique, something special. So let's say I find a product. Let's say I go into a shop and I find a product for, let's say, $150. And then I look online, and everywhere else they're selling it for, like, let's say everyone else is selling it for like 180. Now, you have to remember your fees. So there might be a price for listing the product, there might be a price for selling the product, you might have to pay tax on the sale, you might have to pay a processing fee, there might be a bank charge, everything. So you just need to make sure that you're fully aware of all your fees, all the things that are going to take away your profits, okay? Once you know all of that, so let's say the fees and everything, let's say that the fees are going to be, let's say $5, right? So now I know, so this is the amount it's selling for, this is the amount that I can get it for, minus all my fees, shipping, blah, 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 right? Let's say it was $5 total. Okay, so I need to add that to the amount, okay? So I know that I need to add that on top. So I've got 155 is my base. Okay, so I need to make sure that I sell it above this number to make profit. Now, 180 is the amount that everyone else is selling online. Now, I want to make sure that I sell below this number because I want to make sure that people buy it from me, right? So let's say that I've got it for, let's say I sell it for 175. So it's only $5 cheaper, but I'm still cheaper. Okay, so now what I need to do, I need to figure out the number between these two, okay? So if we add $10 is the difference, oh sorry, $20 is the difference between these two. Okay, so I know the profit, if I sell this online for 175, the profit that I'm going to make is $20. Okay, that's after all my fees, that's after the shipping, after everything. So $20 doesn't sound like a lot of money, okay? Or maybe it does. Yeah, I shouldn't judge. So it might sound like a lot, it might not, it depends. Now this is why I'm going with a high value product, is because the profit margins are usually higher. But there are many products out there, but you can find fairly cheap, but they sell for a lot more. So, but let's go with this. So you've made $20. It doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're selling a lot of this, if the volume is high, if the search volume is high for this, and you're selling this on a regular basis, then obviously you're making a lot of money. So imagine if this is selling every single day, right? So you're selling $20 every single day, that's cool. But let's say you find a second product, or a third product, another product, another product. Let's say you've got 10 of these every day, or 100 of these products, right? Now you're making a lot more. So instead of making a 20, let's say that you had more than that. So that's every day, but you were selling 10 of them every day, right? You'd be making $200 a day, okay? It's not overly complicated, right? It's not, you know, this isn't like crazy complicated maths, right? It'd be like, if you had more products that were doing the same amount, you'd be making more. You'd be making $200 a day, and then you multiply that, that's over 10 days would be 2,000. So it'd be 2,000, so 2, 4, 6, so it'd be 6,000 a month from that 200, which is a fairly decent amount of money. Especially for a lot of people, right? So again, this isn't overly complicated. There's nothing magic about this. Doesn't matter what country you're in. You know, you could be in India, you could be in Nigeria, you could be in Libya, Syria, you could be in England, America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. It doesn't matter what country you're in. You have a website that you can sell products on, and this is basically all you need to do is do this exactly. But let's say that let's pretend this is complicated for you. Let's say this is difficult for you, or let's say that you don't have the time or the knowledge to find the products and everything else, okay? What you could do is you could find a job online, okay? So there's loads of places, these are low, but these is just a few, okay? So you could find, for example, there's one called Odesk. This is one place you can find jobs online, you can work at home. If you can find these jobs, this is mainly like data entry, it could be writing content for websites, it could be doing SEO, web design, it could be anything. So one is Odesk, another one is called People Per Hour. People Per Hour. Oh, this is another one. There's also Freelancer. Okay, this is just 3 examples where loads of people consistently go there and they find jobs and they work normal jobs. There's another one actually, Fiverr is another one. I think it's 2 R's or it's 2 V's. It's either 2 V's or 2 R's, I can't remember. But these are places that people regularly find odd jobs. So it might not be full-time, you might not be able to survive on this full-time, but you might be able to make like $20 here, $100 here, maybe $1,000 there, dependent on what your skill set is. But you definitely have a skill that can be used, okay? And this is definitely a way of doing it. Now, there's other things you could do. Let's say, for example, you have a laptop and you're able to do design, okay? So what you could do, and again, these are just examples of ways that if you have no money, how you can make money, okay? I don't like it when people tell me, you know, I've got no money, just give me free money. I don't like it when people message me like that. There's so many ways to make money, it's unreal. So let's say, for example, you're good at designing, okay? So what you could do is you could go onto Instagram and you could learn how to design templates or how to design like really professional infographics. They're called infographics. That's infographics, okay? You could learn how to make really good infographics and you could find people whose Instagram's okay but not amazing, and you could help them make infographics specific for their niche. So let's say, for example, they sell shoes. You might be able to design better Instagram pictures for their shoes. You might be able to edit their pictures to make them look better. You might be able to get them more views, more clicks on their link and more sales, all because you're good at doing infographics or graphic design or illustrations or maybe even like cartoon designs or anything. This is another way that you can make money. Just find people that need your service and then sell it to them online. All you have to do is just send them a message. Honestly, you should see my DMs. I get like hundreds of messages every single day on social media. Like, it's not difficult to reach out to people, and they will respond. They will be responsive if you're sending enough messages to the right people. Let's say that you're sending, let's say you send 100 messages in a day. Don't just copy paste. Have a look at their stuff and actually pay attention to what they're doing and write a real message to the person. And if you're writing the real good message, unique messages to enough people and you're showing them your content, someone will pay you for the service. The other one as well, and this is for everyone, like it doesn't matter what country you're in, sales, man. Every country in a recession, not a recession, everyone hires salespeople. Everyone. Because salespeople are the ones that generate money. Salespeople are the ones that generate revenue. In every company, they need salespeople. You might not need a cleaner, you might not need a graphic designer, you might not need, but they 100% need a salesperson. If you can learn to sell, you'll be fine forever, for the rest of your life. Because every single company in history needs a salesperson. So one thing that you do want to learn is sales. You want to learn how to sell. Okay, you want to 100% learn how to sell. And even if you don't want to be a salesperson, even if that's not for you, you still need to learn to sell. Because when you do a job interview, you're selling yourself and your ability. When you're talking to people saying, hey, hire my services, like pay me for my services, you're trying to sell them. You're trying to convince them that, you know, this is a good thing for you and this is a good thing for me. It's a mutual exchange. Okay, so again, if you've got no money, absolutely nothing, there is still a way of you making money. You don't have to, you don't have to send those crazy DMs that I get all the time. I've given you a huge amount of ways of making money online. You could even go one further. Let's go into a little bit more complicated. This is a bit more difficult, but you could do YouTube. Okay, and you can make money through AdSense. To make money on YouTube, you have to have a minimum of 100,000 minutes watched. Otherwise you can't make any money, and that's how you qualify. Once you've got 100,000, is it minutes or hours? I think it's 100,000 minutes. I could be wrong, it might be hours, but it's like 100,000 something before you can get paid. So it's a bit more complicated. You have to learn how to rank the videos, make good videos, edit them, blah, blah, blah. It's tiring, but if you're good at it, you'll do fine. You will make money. I personally wouldn't advise that as the route, but it is a route that you can take. You can also do AdSense. AdSense is basically you build a website, you put Google adverts on your website. For every 1,000 hits, you get paid X amount. It could be 1,000 hits, $1. It could be 10,000 hits, $1. It just depends on what your website's about, the context of it, how it's ranking and everything else. But that is another way of making money. Now this is a lot more difficult, it's a lot more advanced. You have to be good at SEO, you have to be good at writing content, you have to be able to drive traffic, because if you can't drive a lot of traffic, you will not make a lot of money. Again, these are the way more advanced things. I know both of these very well. This is not the route that I would advise, but it is a way that you can do it. So I'm hoping you've learned something. I'm hoping this has helped you. I hope that you take the advice and follow the advice. If you want any more, feel free to follow me on Instagram, AlexJ020. I'm going to be doing more of these videos to help you guys out. Speak to you guys again soon, but in the meantime, peace.